Hey guys, Gathering the Magic back again. Had a question a couple days ago from a subscriber asking about Splinterforge, and they're like, "Hey, I've got a little bit of Forgium, and I want to know what is your strategy for building a deck if you've got a decent amount of Forgium to spend." So I thought I would cover that in today's video. So let's go ahead and sign in to Splinterforge, and what I would do, if you have a lot of Forgium and want to invest a little bit of money in the game, of course you're going to need to get alpha crates and enhancement bags. Now, depending on how much money you want to spend, I would say roughly you probably want to go 50-50 between crates and bags. It's going to take you a while if you want to get a really top-end Splinterforge hero. You're going to have to buy, realistically, several hundred crates and probably at least, I would say, 40 or 50 bags. And that's probably going to cost you a decent amount of money. So not knowing exactly how much you want to spend, I can pretty much only give percentages. I would pretty much go 50-50, maybe 60-40 crates and bags. And here's why. So if you look at cards, when you open crates, you're going to get 5 pieces of equipment. Basically for your hero, right now there are 10 slots, but there's only 7 slots that you could equip right now. There are no cloaks in the game yet, there's no necklaces, and there's no helms. So really you're only trying to get equipment for 7 slots. Now the important thing is once you do get some items, you're going to probably get a few epics, and if you're lucky, a couple legendaries. But let's just focus on the epics. You're going to get some epic cards that have this empty socket. The thing that's really going to help to build your hero are going to be gems and runes. And those are only available in enhancement bags. So yes, you do want to get equipment. You do want to level it up. But just to show you guys, it's going to take you a while to level items up. Let's just focus on the rares. So let's say you have a rare wand and you're like, oh, I really want to upgrade this. Well, you're going to need 24 of them just to get them to level 2. So you're going to have to buy a lot of crates and hope you get a lot of the same item to be able to level it up. So that's why I say if you're looking to just kind of level up your cards, you're going to have to, like I said, you're going to have to buy at least a couple hundred crates. If you're really looking at focusing towards long-term playing Splinterforge and leveling up your items. Now, another option you can do is if you have some common items, one thing you can look at is maybe you just want to focus on reforging them. So how that works is to reforge, you can reforge commons into rares, rares into epics, epics into legendaries. Now for commons, see if I can show you here. When you reforge, actually this is rares. So when you reforge rares, I think it's 6 rares reforge into a single epic. Now the nice thing about reforging from rares to epics is you're guaranteed to get an item that has a slot that you can put something in. But mainly what you're focusing in when you're trying to reforge is you want to get gold items. And every time you reforge, you have a 10% chance of getting a gold item. But one thing that you could try to do is reforge your commons, because they only cost 150 forge and 4 common cards to reforge into a rare. Not only do you have a chance of getting a gold card, you also, just getting rares is better than commons overall. So maybe you can look at just, to say, I'm not going to try to get tons and tons of commons to reforge. I'm just going to try to get a solid level rare deck. Because the rares are decent. If we look at the chest piece, yeah, it only starts with 1 armor. It only takes 24 to get to level 2, and then you start getting 3 armor. Now above that, you can see how it takes a lot of cards to level them up. The nice thing is it's not like Splinterlands where you have to level them up to level 8 or 10. All items only go to level 4, but as you can see, it's kind of difficult. You're going to have a pretty decent investment just to get cards leveled up. So If you're not looking at buying, tons and tons of crates, I would not be too concerned about leveling your cards from 1 to 4. At that point, probably what you're going to be concerned with is just trying to get epics. Say, okay, I'm just going to concentrate on getting epics because I know I'm going to get one slot and I know I'm going to be able to put an item in there. So let's say you open 20 crates. Maybe you'll get 2 or 3 epics. Focus on those as being the cards that you're going to put your gems and runes in. Okay, and you're going to be saying, okay, well, what kind of gems and runes am I looking for? Obviously, for the 3 hero types that you have, the ranger, you're going to be looking for the gem for your bow that increases your range damage. For warrior, you're going to be looking for the rune that increases your weapon damage, which I believe I have one I can show you. So you're going to be looking for obsidians. Obsidians are what you will put into your weapon for your warrior. And what other ones do I have to show you? Rubies. Rubies are good for any armor, any weapon. Of course, for the weapon, you're going to want to put in the damage type. For your other pieces of equipment, you're probably just going to go with rubies. As of now, there are no speed buff runes. They will probably be added later in the game. So health is always good. There are also runes that you can add that will allow you to play monsters from a different splinter. Like for example, this one says you may play 3 fire monsters without a fire summoner. So this is good. This will give you even more variety in your deck. The 2 most important runes I think there are in the game, and unfortunately I don't have any on this account. There is a rune that allows you to play 2 more monsters. So that one is good. That one will allow you to play 9 monsters instead of 7. The other rune is a rune that increases your mana cap. It comes in 4 different rarities, and I believe it adds a minimum. I think the lowest level one adds like 4 or 6 mana, and I think the legendary rune adds up to 12. So once you start putting a couple of those in your heroes, your max mana will go up, and this is why it has max monsters 7. That's the default. So you could get this up to 9, possibly even 11 monsters. And then for your mana, I think on the test server, I got it up as high as 81. So there are ways to increase your mana on monsters. So those are good runes to put in your character as well. So that would be my focus. So if you're starting out, you've got just a little bit of money to play in the game, go 60% bags, 40% runes. The runes you're looking to get, not so much the ones where you can play monsters from different splinters. You're looking for rubies for health. You're looking for the increased mana cap, and you're also looking for the +2 monsters that you can add to your team. Other than that, like some of these runes, if you get enough of them, especially the rare ones where you can add monsters from a different summoner, I would probably transmute these if you're able to. So transmute your common and rare runes and gems into higher level. So you would go to the transmute button here. I don't think I have any transmute. Okay, so rare, I could transmute 6 of my rare ones if I had more Forgium. So it costs 500 Forgium to transmute 6 of your rares into an epic. So if you have a decent amount of Forgium and rares that you're not going to use, this is something I would definitely do to try to get an epic. Because once you start getting epics, if you can get a good damage rune at epic, like right now I have a rare rune for 3 ranged, the epic is probably 4 or 5. So it does make a big difference. And then as far as heroes, just equip whatever you can. Like I said, I have this. I don't have any cards that I can put in this. Another thing you guys can do if you're not familiar with it or did not know, let's say like I usually play my ranger and I have this gear equipped. If you don't have gear and you want to switch, you can always unequip. So you could just click on the gear, click on equip, say yes. Now you can go back to your warrior and you're going to be able to equip that on your warrior. So you don't have to worry about getting 7 pieces of of armor for each character. All you need to focus in is the weapon and offhand for each type, and then the other 5 slots that are available right now, just try to get one set as good as you can, and then you can just swap that between heroes as you need to. Another comment that I've seen a lot of people get is an error while loading. This is a good example to show. Like, I clicked on the bronze boss, and I'll click on battle, and as it loads my summoners, I'll pick my summoners. Let's go with Kelia. Let's go with Ilthane. Let's just pick a random team, and I will show you why this is not going to work. Okay, let's pick you. Let's go with some melee. Let's go with the double strike. We've got 8 left. We'll take Demon Shark. Okay, so I've got all my monsters. And let's click battle. Oh, it is actually going to go to the battle. Now, the reason I thought it was going to fail is because when I clicked on the monster, it said underneath get rules, and I did not get the rules for the fight. So I did not think it would allow me to start the fight. But if you do get an error, I'll show you one of the common errors that you will get. Like, I'll skip to rewards. I got my rewards. Let's battle again. Okay, so now it shows his ability is retaliate. So it's like, okay, I'm going to fight him again real quick because I want to get in as many fights as I can. Let's put a team together real quick. We'll go Armor Smith. We'll go Healer. Knight, Shark, Assassin. I've got 11. Let's get the Coral Lurker in there. Let's battle. You'll see right here a server error has occurred. The reason that's showing is because I tried to submit a team within a minute of my last team, so it will not load. So what I have to do is click on X, wait a few seconds, because you can't submit a team under a minute from your last team. So let's try to battle again. Now you can see I don't have that server error message. Now sometimes people will say they get stuck on the fight loading screen. I think that's just a server bug. Usually what you need to do is just refresh your screen and start again. Now it kind of stinks because you have to resubmit your entire summoners in your team, but that seems to work. At least that seems to work for me. So I know that's another common complaint that people have had is it's like, hey, I'm stuck on the fight loading screen. Well, like I said, it's either you submitted a team too quickly or it's just, you know, the game is just kind of slow and bugged, and there are a lot of people playing, so that could be part of it. Okay, guys, there you have it. I think that answers the question for this video. You know, how do I build a team? How do I build a deck? Like I said, depending on how much Forgium and how many bags and crates you have, like I said, pretty much go 60-40. Just starting out, you could equip your commons, but don't expect to be able to upgrade those right away. So what I would do is I would just reforge all of your commons, especially if you have a decent amount of Forgium, because for commons, I think it only costs 150 Forgium. So just go ahead, reforge all your commons into rares. That's what I did, and just see what you have to work with, and then just go from there. And then just take your best weapons and runes and equip those and start playing and earning Forgium. For the high tier, like I said, you're going to have to buy hundreds of crates and bags to be able to reforge. Hope you get legendaries. Keep reforging, transmuting, hoping you get some gold cards for some bonus Forgium. But like I said, that takes a heavy investment. But definitely a fun game to play. If you guys haven't played Splinterforge, I think you're missing out. I mean, basically it's free DEC because you can take this Forgium. Oh, let me show you that real quick. Someone had a question. How do I send the Forgium over? Now, sometimes if you click on Forgium, like I'm clicking on it, it's not doing anything. Go ahead and refresh your screen. Click on Forgium again. And now you can take your Forgium and you can transfer it. You can transfer it to a player, or you can withdraw it and send it to Hive. So if you want to send this to Hive to convert to DEC, just go ahead and type it in here, hit deposit, and then your Forgium will show up in your Hive account. And then once it's in your Hive account, you can click on swap, and you can swap your Forgium for DEC. And right now they're basically the same price. I think they're both 67. Yep. So you could basically swap one for one, or pretty close to one for one. So it's a good way if you don't have a lot of money in your account in Splinterlands, but you want to try to earn some DEC. Go ahead and play some battles. Like I said, you can play 11 battles before you run out of stamina. 11 battles, even if you're only getting 3 or 4 Forgium, you'll probably get 5 or more. You're going to get 40 or 50 Forgium just for playing a few minutes. So that's basically 40 or 50 DEC. So that'll definitely help out with rentals. Okay, guys, I think that's all I want to cover. If you have any other questions about Splinterforge, please leave those in the comments below. Like I said, fun game. Doesn't take a lot of time to play. There is some strategy involved and can be very rewarding. So definitely check it out. If you like this video, please like and subscribe. And until then, I will see you again with another video. Thanks, guys. Take care.